Around this time, it's reported that Mike Rotunda was coming back to WCW after a run as Irwin R. Shyster, IRS, with Vince McMahon and company. And allegedly, one of the ideas would be that Rotunda would first appear on WCW programming by interrupting a WCW press conference, and then that would set up a match for a perceived, quote, inter-promotional match, since so many fans were familiar with him as a WWF performer. And this very much feels NWO-ish. Of course, it doesn't happen. But do you remember this ever being discussed? And had it happened, wouldn't that have taken away some of the shine from Scott Hall's appearance on Nitro the following year?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons that it was ixnayed. They ended up doing a video on him, which was okay. He didn't really know if his name was Michael Wallstreet or Mr. Wallstreet during that promo.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about his bit, because he did have a segment on the show where he did an interview where he was trying to be a little bit of a $1 Million Man knockoff. I mean, he even had the glittery dollar sign on his lapel, and he called himself Michael Wallstreet, and made kind of a joke about the WWF's new generation without saying WWF, and said it's not the new generation, it's the few generation, and that he's sure the IRS will be watching him. Just trying to get in whatever he can, kind of inside with a wink and a nod. How do you think that came off on the show?
It came off kind of passé. It came off kind of, I don't know. I don't know if people got the inside joke. Maybe they did. Maybe it was something that could have run a little bit later when fans were starting to tune back and forth. But it completely went over my head at that time.
It feels like if this research had indicated they needed some WWF stuff, then this was a smart move to have Luger show up and Rotundo on here. Just any sort of WWF crossover seems like that would be something that their research would support.
Yeah, because it set up what looked to be and what realistically was a war for talent.
Yeah.
Luger's appearance certainly did set that up because the announcers reacted to it, and the fans reacted to it, the wrestlers reacted to it at that time when Luger walked out. Just to throw a Mike Rotunda video in there and really not react that much to it, to me, didn't have much of an impact. It wasn't Mike's fault, but to me, it just didn't have that much of an impact.